What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I decided the Sephora sale's coming up and I figured I usually do something on Instagram story just to give you guys my recommendations, but I figured why not just do a video and compile a bunch of my favorites. That way you guys, can know what I recommend for these sales. So I will leave all of these Sephora sale details in the description box, but I didn't want this video to be like overwhelming and just like mention 30 or 40 products. So I really just tried to narrow it down. And the way that I narrowed it down was like, okay, what products pop in your head? Because I feel like the ones that pop into your head are truly the ones that like you really love, right? So I'm gonna leave everything I mentioned in the description box down below. It does really help me a lot if you guys shop through my link, because of course I do receive some commission and I always appreciate the support. So thank you in advance if you guys do that. So like I mentioned, there's a variety of things. We have some hair care, some makeup. But first, before we get into it, I want to give a huge shout out to Pharmacy because they are sponsoring today's video. And if you watch my channel and you just know me, then you know that I am a huge fan of Pharmacy. I've spent so much of my own money on Pharmacy. I just think that they're such a good quality skincare brand. So many of like my favorite products have been from Pharmacy. If you watch my previous skincare routines, you just know I'm obsessed with them. So when they reached out to me, I was literally floored and just so excited to work with them. So I want to give a huge shout out to their new product. This is the Pharmacy Feeling Good Hyaluronic Acid Serum. First of all, I'm a huge fan of hyaluronic acid. I feel like it is literally a necessity in everybody's skincare. Whether you have oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, mature skin, whatever, everyone needs hyaluronic acid. It's really gonna make sure that your skin is super hydrated. But what I love about this is it really does instantly plump fine lines. I'm really big on like not wanting, smile lines and just fine lines everywhere. So I love how this really does plump up your fine lines. I find that it usually plumps them up within an hour or so, and I love that. It gives me such a beautiful feel on my skin. So this does have hyaluronic acid, amino acid, and thyme extract. But what I love about it too is it's not super sticky. If you look at the formula of it, it's just not super sticky when you apply, which I love. And of course it has a honey blend in it, which I love their honey products. Honestly, their honey products are amazing. By the way, this smells so good. It really does smell like honey. So it just has more of a natural scent. I don't like skincare that's just like heavily fake fragrance. I just love the way that this smells. I use this in the morning and the night, and I have been testing it out for just about a month now, and I can honestly say I just feel like my skin looks so much more plump. So I am gonna go ahead and leave this linked down below if you guys are interested in purchasing. And again, just a huge shout out to Pharmacy for working with me. So we're gonna go ahead and get into makeup, and then I'll shout out some more skincare at the end of the video. So I just had to mention this. This has been my favorite foundation. I feel kind of guilty because some of my other holy grails I haven't used in a while, which I still love them, and I feel guilty, like when you leave your holy grails behind and find like a new product you love. But I can't help it. Every single time I sit down to do my makeup, I end up picking this up. This is the Anastasia Luminous Foundation, and it's just so good. I'm wearing it right now. A lot of the products I'm wearing right now, that way you guys can really see it. By the way, I want to mention my tan is kind of like fading right now, so it might look a little off in today's video, but yeah, I just love this. It has such a natural look. You can build it to be light, medium, or full, which I love that. It has a natural finish. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy. It lasts a good amount of time, especially if you set it with the Huda Beauty Baking Loose Powder. You're gonna get like a 10-hour wear. I just love it. Like lately, I really love more natural foundations. I still love coverage because I have some redness, and I don't like when that shows. So I do still love coverage, but I don't like when anything is too dry looking or too powdery, too cakey. This is just such a nice foundation, and honestly, you can't beat the shades. Like, you cannot beat the shades that this foundation comes in. This is probably the best shade match I've ever had in a foundation. Okay, this is a new favorite for me, but I gotta say, this has become a staple, especially just right now. I haven't been wearing like full makeup when I'm just like obviously running errands or going out quickly, especially with lockdown. Like, really, where are we going, It's going somewhere quickly, but I just want to like kind of look like I put myself together. I'll put in some brow gel and I will throw this on, and I just instantly feel like a little bit more prepped up. I've been obsessed with this. This is the NARS Tinted Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. I don't know what took me so long to try this, because I know this has been like a staple for so many people for years, but I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. So this is the shade Saint Moritus. I don't know how to say it, but it is a pretty good shade for me. And I just love this. Like, I literally take it on my fingers, apply it all over. It gives you like a nice even light coverage and it just looks really good. I was a little bit scared to try it at first because I do have oily skin and a lot of tinted moisturizers. I just look like a hot, greasy mess in like an hour. Not even 2 hours, not even 3, an hour. This one honestly looks good on me for like a good few hours, like about 4 to 5 hours. And if you set it, it will look, you know, it will last even longer. So I've really been loving this. This has been, like I said, a staple. I've literally just been tossing this on. I actually keep this in my bathroom. I don't even keep it in my studio where I do my makeup. I keep this in the bathroom because if I'm literally going out quickly, after I do my skincare, I'll pop some of this on. Okay, I had to mention this. I know you guys are probably sick of me using this, but I just feel like everyone needs this. Like, I feel like this is literally a staple. I can't do my makeup without this at this point. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like, if I were to create my own makeup line and like create my perfect eyeshadow palette, this is pretty close to it. Which is crazy. Like the fact that like in my head, if I were to create my perfect eyeshadow palette, this is like really close to it, you know? It's just the perfect all matte, all neutral eyeshadow palette. It's a staple. You absolutely need it. This is my go-to, like absolute go-to, especially with like the trend of makeup in 2021 just being very like natural soft glam eyes, you know, brown wing liner, a little bit of smoky brown. Like you can do, this is like the staple for 2021 soft glam fox eye makeup. Like you need this. So I just figured I had to mention this. I've been using this for like what feels like 3 years now probably. I'm just obsessed. This is the Huda Beauty Tantour. This is a cream contour product and I just use this all the time. I'm sure you guys are sick of me shouting it out, but I use this all the time. It is my favorite and surprisingly I use the shade Light. What is weird is the shades they run pretty dark. Like when I first got these, I was like, oh, for sure I'll need the shade Medium. Like I've never had to use a contour that's called Light, you know? It just blends like so good. I always say with this contour, it's crazy to really say this, but I feel like it blends itself out. Like when I apply it, it's like, it's already blended. Like literally that's how easy it is to blend out. You just need a good brush. And when I use this, my contour is done in like 20 seconds, which is crazy because like in the past when I would use cream contour, I hated it because I felt like, you know, you gotta do the lines and then when you blend it out, it's like it doesn't blend properly. This is the only cream contour I can use that really literally blends itself out within like 20 seconds. It's just so buttery, so creamy, so easy to blend, and it really does last super long. I always like to set it with a powder bronzer, but you really don't need to. I just have oily skin, so I do, but yeah, I'm obsessed with this. Okay, lip combo. This has been my fave. This lipstick has been a staple for me for the past, like, I want to say maybe roughly 2 years. I feel like everyone needs this. And what's crazy is whenever I don't know what nude to use, this is always my go-to. I think I even wore this on my wedding day because like I said, it's literally my go-to. Like, you know, when you don't know, like, oh, should I go for something more peachy? Should I go for something more pink? Should I go for... This is just like the go-to classic nude. You need this. It is so, so, so good. That's how the shade looks. It isn't too peachy, it's not too beige, it's not too flesh tone, it's not too pinky, it's not too dark, not too light. It's just literally the perfect go-to nude, so I'm obsessed with this. This is Charlotte Tilbury's Nude Kate. And actually one of my subscribers Instagram DMs me and they're like, you need to try Nude Kate, like you would love it. So here we are, like almost 2 years later, and it's my go-to. This lip liner is a recent find of mine. I saw it when I was watching someone's Instagram story, can't even remember, but this is the Pat McGrath Labs Contour Lip Liner. It's literally called Contour, that's the shade name. It really is like a contour for your lips, which I love because I feel like that looks the most natural. Sometimes with other lip liners, it can be a little bit difficult to overline your top lip because if it's not dark enough, then it'll be obvious. Like you'll see your real lip line and it's just obvious you tried to overline it because I don't have lip fillers. I feel like when you have lip fillers, it's easier, but when you don't have lip fillers and you try to overline your lips, it's definitely a little trickier. You have to find like the perfect shade. This is just like the perfect contour for your lip line. Like it's just perfect. I feel like it's not too dark, not too light. Another thing too is there isn't very many lip liners I own that look good when I'm wearing like really natural makeup. Like if I'm wearing super, super natural, like very lightweight makeup, there isn't very many lip liners that kind of go with that. This looks good with when you're wearing very minimal makeup and when you're doing like glam makeup. So I love this. Quickly want to mention this because I know I've mentioned it so many times, but I couldn't resist mentioning it in today's video. This is the Pharmacy Honey Butter Beeswax Lip Balm. I think I will continue buying this for the rest of my life. I literally go on Sephora and I buy like 7, usually buy like 5 to 10 of these with every order, especially on every sale. Just because they're that good. I keep one in my purse, I keep one in my kitchen, I keep one in my living room, I keep one in my studio, in my bathroom, at my nightstand, just so that it's always there wherever I need it to be. This is the only chapstick that works for me. Like, I tried so many chapsticks over the years and they just feel like they feel good when you're putting it on, but like they never really do anything. This does something, let me tell you. I have moments where like I am a lip biter, which is actually a habit that I've definitely kicked, but I still have like my little moments where I slip up and I'll bite my lips and then my lips just look like trash. And whenever I have those little slip ups, I'm like, okay, no lip biting, put on your Pharmacy. And literally when I wake up the next day, the bites on my lip are like almost completely healed. My lips are plump, they're soft. Like, this is the only lip butter that works for me, or lip chapstick that works for me. If you have really dry lips or you just want your lips to be smooth, soft, and hydrated, I'm telling you, like, no BS, this is the only one that works for me. I will forever recommend this and I won't stop. And like I said, I will always add like 10 of these to every Sephora order. And I just save them in my bathroom because I can't live without it. Then we have the Drunk Elephant TLC Baby Facial. I can't live without this stuff. This is something that I used to use every single week, which I still think you should. But I'm not gonna lie, lately I kind of have my little lazy moments and I don't do that. But this is literally like a little facial at home, like a little facial mask. Because every time I use this, I feel like my skin is ready for the week. I really feel like I get that super soft skin. It really removes your texture or any bumps or anything like that. This is the 25% AHA and 2% BHA, so it's very strong. If you're in Canada, they're not gonna ship this to you. I always get messages all the time like, how do you get that? You're in Canada. Unfortunately, apparently it's because the AHA percentage is too high that it just, Canada won't allow it to be sold here. I get it in PR, but I know most of my viewers are from the US, so you guys can definitely get this. It is just a huge staple of mine. Like I said, it really is like a little facial mask. You know, sometimes you use masks and you really don't feel like they're working or doing anything. This works, like this works. This makes my skin really feel baby soft, so I can understand why they called it baby facial. Okay, last kind of skincare item is this Saint Tropez tanning facial mist. I actually want to try the new Bondi Sands Pure facial mist. I think that sounds exciting. I want to try that, but I've been using this for years now. The thing is, like, a lot of face tans, like, they just don't last on your face because you're constantly washing your face twice a day. You're exfoliating, you're using, you know, your acids at night, so your face tan never lasts. With this, it's something that you can apply at the end of your skincare routine, at the end of every single night, or even keep this at your nightstand, and before you go to bed, you know, just apply 2-3 sprays. And your face will continuously just remain tan throughout the week, which is huge for me. You do want to make sure you spray it even. Like, when I first got it, I only sprayed it in the middle. Then I woke up the next morning and the sides of my face weren't tan. You have to spray it evenly. So one on the side, one in the center, one on the side. And that'll help keep up your tan if your face is already tanned with like some sort of face tan. If you want this to full on tan your face from it being pale, then you want to use like 6 or 7 sprays. I've done that before as well. Use 6 or 7 sprays and it will literally tan your face. You'll wake up the next morning with a tan face. So even if I don't have any self-tan on at all and I'm literally like fully pale, sometimes I'll still put 1 to 2 sprays of this on my face, like every 3 days throughout the week, just to give my face a little bit of color. You guys know, if you are pale like me naturally, then you know sometimes your face lacks so much color. So, and you kind of look a little dead. So if you just put like 2 sprays of this on every 3 days, then even if you don't wear self-tan, this will give you a little bit of like a color to your face, you know? So this is great even if you don't wear self-tan. I just had to mention these because in my for the last Sephora sale, I actually purchased the Dyson straightener, like, you know, the wireless straightener, and I regret it so much. I spent like $600 on it, but I thought, oh, it's the perfect time because of the sale. I did get a good like $100 off, but honestly, such a waste of money. I wish I had tried it before the return date timeline, whatever, expired. I can't return it now, but it's such a waste of money. I'm not a fan of that straightener at all. Honestly, it was too chunky, too bulky. too high maintenance. The fact that you had to charge it, to me that was higher maintenance than just plugging this in. I have so much to say about that straightener. If you guys want to know more of my thoughts, I will, you know, I'll review it one day, like in a vlog or in a video or Instagram stories, whatever. I have so much to say about it. Either way, I'm not a fan. Like, I actually regret it so much. It sits in my drawer and it's like $600. You would think if I spent the money, I'm like, well, I might as well just use it. No, that's how much I just don't even like it. It literally sits there. It doesn't even straighten that good either. Anyways, I have so much to say. So this is my favorite straightener. This is the T3 Luxe Iron. I think they came out with a little bit of an updated version. This is super old. They came out with a version that's like the same, but like just a little bit updated, you know, so I'll link that one down below. This is just the greatest. I even bought one for my mom because she was looking for a straightener. It's just the best. Like, it literally makes your hair like completely pin straight within 2 passes. It heats up super fast. There's not much I can say about it. It's just the best. I've had it for years. Then this is just literally perfect to have. This is the T3. I think this is called like the interchangeable wand. Making sure it's recording. What's perfect about this is, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's kind of hard to show, but yeah, right here. So right now it's locked. So basically if you unlock it, you can take off this wand and put on a different head, which I think is perfect because instead of having like 5 different curling irons, like in the past I would have 5 different curling irons, one for small curls, one for waves, one for big bouncy curls, one for like, you know, so many different ones. This, you can have one curling iron, and anytime you want different type of curls, you can just switch out the wand part, like the head of it. So it's just perfect. It keeps my drawer so much more clean and organized now. I don't need to have 50,000 curlers in there, and it works so good. It heats up really fast. It's just, I love T3 hair tools. So that is pretty much it, you guys. Those are my Sephora recommendations. Of course, there's so many more products that I love and that I'm obsessed with, but I kind of just wanted to keep it like simple. Like, I didn't want to mention too many products and like overwhelm you guys, you know. I really wanted to like narrow it down and only mention the products that popped into my head. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing my favorites and what I recommend for the Sephora sale. I will link the details to the sale down below, and of course all of the links to the products. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.